Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. I've got Riley Sykart on with me here today. It is Tuesday, June 30th. Crop report coming up here in about 50 minutes. But for today, we're going to wrap up South America weather, particularly safrinha corn. Things are winding down there, Riley. They're entering into harvest phase. Again, big continent, lots of space between the north and the south, so some different, stages of the game. But overall, we just kind of feel like we're getting to the point where the crop's going to be what it's going to be, and time will tell for total production numbers. But as you recall, Riley, last year, it seems like we had a record crop, safrinha crop in South America. A good one going this year. Not going to take out last year's numbers, but still overall a good crop.
Yep, exactly. Difference between last year and this year was they just had rain for longer last year. The dry season kicked in at a more regular time this year. So I would call this year's crop more of a in the trend line or average.
Sure.
So that said, let's move into the maps here. So as always, we're not going to quit today. First thing I always do is put into perspective how big of an area we're talking about. For the safrinha crop, we're looking anywhere from Mato Grosso down through Paraná, and just Mato Grosso on a U.S. map is almost the whole Midwest. So this is still a huge area that we're looking at, guys. So one thing that we do still have, harvest progress for that safrinha crop, sitting at 11% right now compared to a 13% average. So off to a slightly below average start, but there hasn't been any talks or rhyme or reason to delay harvest. And we're at the phase of the year where the crops are what they are. So that's also a big reason why we're wrapping up here today, is other than harvest progress continuing on, there's not really any big thoughts to the crop size changing. So moving ahead here, 1 to 5 day temperatures, very similar to what we're going to see in the 6 to 10, 80s to low 90s in the north, 60s and 70s as you get into southern safrinha regions, and down in Argentina getting actually pretty cool down there. But harvest progress continuing and far enough along there that no concern there either at this point. So
hey, Riley, I was just playing around the other day on Google Earth. And sometime when you guys are out there, pull up Google Earth or Google Maps and roll around and see exactly how close this blue region is to Antarctica. It's actually quite interesting when you look at it on a map. You're not very far away.
Yeah, I think they get pretty cold down there as you go south.
That's the rumor.
But moving ahead here, 6 to 10 day, very similar to what we saw in the 1 to 5. So looking at the last 2 weeks of rainfall, this is nothing new. The southern region of Brazil, northeastern Argentina, they've been getting rain over the last couple of weeks. And as we move ahead, it's going to be something that kind of looks to stick around here. 1 to 5 day shows that same little region getting more rains, and everywhere else is keeping the dry season alive. So no thoughts of big crop changing events coming in the 1 to 5, and 6 to 10 is about the same. So if we were looking at a chart like this about 2 months ago, it definitely have made a big difference compared to what we're looking at now. So we're just at the point now where it's not making a big impact on the crops anymore. So then putting it all together, 1 to 13 day, it just adds a little bit more color into the mix. The reality is southern Brazil's getting some rain. Everybody else is getting slim to none. So from a map perspective, that's all I got, Clint. And from a South America crop perspective, I think you summarized it very well. Crops still is going to end up being a large crop, by no means a disappointment, especially out of the safrinha corn. But at the same time, it's not shattering records like it was last year on the corn side. So from a yield perspective, it is down from last year, but total beans in South America will be up just because of acre increases. So across the board, not really anything to be blown away at for the good or the bad. Just another year down there. So with that said, that's all I got today.
Sounds good, Riley. Appreciate you putting the maps together. Thanks to Marcus Weather Group for providing the maps. Again, Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sykard, Midwest Market Management. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.